Today, as you all know, has been celebrated as Caribbean Youth Day, amid much progress and advances in youth policy and programs and expansion of training opportunities. At the same time, there is much concern about social and economic dysfunction, the pace at which some issues are being tackled, and the impact of crime and violence on young people as victims and also perpetrators. This weekend's summit, therefore, provides an opportunity for young people from across the region to examine and articulate current and emerging issues that are affecting your well-being and for you to propose solutions. Some of these issues, no doubt, include policies and programs relevant to youth. For example, I, as minister, have been trumpeting free public education up to the age 18, full public education up to grade 13 for all our youth, not just few, but all our youth. Training and employment opportunities, navigating what is now called the fourth industrial revolution, and how do we prepare for the fifth and sixth industrial revolution, characterized by artificial intelligence and emerging technologies, high youth unemployment. How do we restructure our education and training system to make sure that our youth can find entrepreneurial opportunities as well as the jobs that are emerging in this new economic and technological paradigm. Opportunities for participation, representation and advocacy, sustainable development and its impact on climate change, financial policies and their specific impact on youth and youth programs, concerns about accountability and transparency in government and public life. And I place on this the issue also of the financing of tertiary education. I lamented, for example, in our English-speaking Caribbean, for many years, only 2% of English-speaking Caribbean persons went to a university, not so long ago. And with the new imperative of this global economy, you need all youth to have a pathway towards the highest level of education attainment to tertiary. And so the matter of financing of tertiary education is of concern because the governments of the region, whether it is Trinidad or Barbados and Jamaica, governments are not able to fund and continue to fund tertiary education for it to be free for all of our youth. But we need our youth to have tertiary education. And therefore the issue of how we provide financing for them to pay fees, whether through scholarships, bursaries, and student loans, is something that, of course, we have to look at. The UNESCO has proposed, Professor Monroe, which is similar to President Obama's proposal, how we cap the repayment of these loans to a percentage of your gross salary for your new job or whatever job you're doing. We must invest in research and innovation that will create avenues for youth to be creators and not just consumers of innovation. The government of Jamaica, in consultation with various stakeholders in the youth community, has drafted a youth policy that speaks to creating platforms for which our young people are not just observers, but active participants in shaping their own destiny. You'll hear more on this, I'm sure, during the course of this summit, and reflect on useful lessons to be drawn from it. No doubt, our Jamaican delegation will also learn from you. Your conference theme is so apt. Rerouting or GPS, governance, peace and security, aptly captures well the issues and context in which you are meeting. How well we address governance issues across the region will have a direct impact on our peace and national security. How well we address the economic challenges of our various economies will determine whether there are changes in our migration patterns, where we continue to lose some of our best trained minds to metropolitan countries. How well we address climate change will determine how well we mitigate the impact of natural disasters, and we've seen that from the recent hurricanes in our own region. Indeed, how we plan for today will determine the kind of society our youth will inherit. As you engage, therefore, in dialogue, present research papers, participate in workshops, and expand your network, remember also that leadership without character leads to corruption. So even as you strive to create a niche for yourselves and platforms from which to articulate your concerns. You should also strive to maintain personal integrity if you hope to be successful leaders that will have meaningful impact on your various societies. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all and trust that you will all have a very productive and successful summit. Thank you.